They have their own.
Okay. Saram, everyone. Saram. Saram. We are going to make lines with the stools. The stools are not for sitting, it will be for the puja itself. So, unfortunately for those sitting on stools at the moment. So we're going to start making lines from this end, going down to that end, where the projector table is. From just behind that, right? Just behind that, going across, okay? So quickly, if you can, and your family needs to sit with you, okay? So females, males, for the Satyanarayana Puja, just sit together. But make sure you make the proper lines going straight down, okay? Thank you.
Get him to come and come.
Okay. Saram, everyone. Okay. As I said, the stool is to be shared with your family. So you should not have one stool per one individual. The family is sitting together per stool. Okay? So if you are sitting one on one, just push it forward. Yeah, you can put it in the center and then we'll collect it from there. Okay? And if you are sitting on the chairs, if we could kindly ask you just to move a little bit more back to give those that want to sit for the Vratam an opportunity. Yeah. Sit there. Again, one stool per family. Put your hand up if you have one per individual, someone will come and collect it. There. Okay, Saram, everyone. We'll begin with tonight's program. If we could just call on Saram, everyone. No, I think we'll just say. So if you want to make the space, we can make the space.
Ask him to settle down. Shepherd is just watching.
Okay, Saram, everyone. We're ready to begin with this evening's program once everyone has settled down.
All the tables are taken.
No, there's no table outside. Okay. No, just do the wrap. Do the wrap and do the press. Thank you.
Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Do you all need to talk? If Swami is sitting in the chair, will you be behaving like this? If you are sitting in Kulwant Hall, Swami is sitting in the chair, will you be talking to each other? Unless you are all silent, we won't say 3 Ohms. Raise that screen, ma. Raise that screen, somebody. Ratan, raise that screen. Please. Prabhu, come. Thank you. Sai Ram. Put that mat. Put right there. He can sit there. Yeah. On the mat. On the mat. Can his wife sit on the chair? On the mat. Oh. Ganana.
गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत शृण्वन्नो दिवि सीदसादनं प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजनीवती धीनामविद्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम्। I offer our most humble and loving pranams at the lotus feet of our Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. Revered elders, dear brothers and sisters, our revered priests, Brother Shekhar, Sister Haima, and of course, Brother Vic from the River Ranch, Brindavan Eco Village, Pandit and Pandit Suresh, all welcome, all protocol observed. Thank you. So, just in terms of welcoming you this evening, my name is Lekha Lopi, and thank you so much for all your kindness and love over the last few days. It's been truly overwhelming just to hear and see you all in person. So my task is very easy this evening, just to welcome you. However, you and I and all of us started a journey together in September, maybe August last year. And obviously, along our journey, there's been so much of transformation. And as you heard Brother Shekhar this morning talk about, that exact transformation is what does it do for you? And I'm hoping that when it shuts down or when it starts this evening in your own spaces, you're going to take the time and reflect and find out what makes you a better human being, what makes you a better Hanuman. So having said that this evening then, we have two very distinguished guests that are going to speak to us for a few minutes this evening, if you will indulge me. So we're going to call upon the Pandit from the Brindavan Eco Estate, Pandit Ragav, and he's basically, I asked him for a bio this afternoon, and he's a man of very few words in terms of giving me a bio, but of course he's going to talk to you this evening. And the question that I asked him when I was chatting to him earlier was, God is known by so many names, and yet we talk of unity. How is it that we bring everybody together? And what is your message for us as humans and us as Hanumans tonight? So Panditji, if I could give you the stage now, the mic, and if you would perhaps answer those questions for us today. Thank you. Sairam.
Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Malitam Jaina Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. One last time please, everyone together from your hearts. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So first of all, I would like to offer my deepest respects and pranams to Bhagavan Satya Sai Baba, the revered priests, and all of you. And it gives me great pleasure to speak a few words. It was a very nice question which was asked by Lekha Mataji. And obviously we don't have that much time, but how to present this message in a very succinct way so that we can take this home and our lives will be transformed. You see, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna explains, Dehinosmin yata dehe kumaram yovanam jara, tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra munanamu yate. So that verse is saying that we are all cut from the same cloth, we're branches of the same tree, and what we are all seeking for is this shanti, and it is said there that there's no question of happiness unless the shanti actually comes. So I was yearning to come down here for the last couple of days, but unfortunately I couldn't. Well, fortunately I had the association of the Lord up there, and I was even more fortunate that before the event actually started, that Satya Baba, Bhagavan Satya Sai Baba, was with me in the temple upstairs. So every morning, I would circumambulate him and the Shivling. In the peace of that place, there's me alone and Baba and Shivji himself. And the Shingadev is also present there, and the holy names which you've been hearing resounding in the last week or so. So, you see, this is what the soul is actually seeking for. Because we are by nature Ananda Mayo Biasat. We are searching for happiness. There's no living entity that is not searching for happiness, and whatever we do is to maximize this happiness and minimize this distress. But we see, unfortunately, in this world today, that even though we have made so much advancement in the field of science, economics, and so many other things, but still there's a pinprick in the social body at large. Do you see that? That we can actually go to quarrel over very insignificant things, like what is happening in the world today. So when we come down here and we see the Yajna, this is mentioned here, the Ati Rudra Maha Yajna, and the first time in Africa. So how many of you would like it to come again and again to Africa? Yes! Most certainly. And when Mr. Big Pandey told me that this event was going to be hosted at the River Range Ranch, I was thrilled because I know there is a vibration which resonates from the center going out perhaps 50 to 100 kilometers from this place. In fact, that is being an underestimation. You know, it is said when the sages of Naimisharanya met in that holy place in Naimisharanya, sometimes people think, what are you all doing? Why don't you go and do something practical for the people? But the most practical thing actually is to get together to reside, to resound these names of Bhagavan. The Rudra, you know, the Rudrashtakam, and like that, I think you have done that about 14 times already. And the vibrations will go out from this place, what to speak of being embedded in this place, but it will go out, and who knows, maybe the next Ati Rudra Maha Yajna will be in some place like Kenya or Ghana or wherever it is. But the whole world actually needs this. And y'all are instruments to bring this upon this planet. And therefore, something which has very much impressed me about the Sai Baba group of devotees, I've been invited for many functions, his birthday, 94th or whatever it was, in Chatsworth. And I always like to be in the satsangis, in the association of satsangis, because the bhajans are always vibrant, and the Lord says he is not residing in the Himalaya mountains. He is not residing here, he is not residing there, but he is residing in that place where the name of Bhagavan is being taken. So if you have any doubt that that 14,000 times that you all chanted that very auspicious prayer has brought about incredible good fortune to this place, think again, and you'll see that there's a surge which have actually come about, isn't it? It's like, the tsunami, isn't it? So this is basically, this is what it has done. It has created the tsunami, and now the effects are going to be experienced far and wide from this place which you call Vedam. So I'm so glad that all of you have come, and my advice to you is what Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. He says that Mamai Vamsa Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana Mana Sasta Indriyani Pakriti Stani Karshati. It is very sad to see how the living entities are suffering in this world. But he says, Maha Yajna Praja Srishtva, Yajna, that word comes again. Where that Yajna is taking place, he says, in the beginning of creation, I sent forth generations of men together with demigods and blessed them by saying, be thou happy with the sacrifice. Talking about the sacrifice where the name of the Lord is glorified, because it will bestow upon you all desirable things to become happy. This is what we are searching for. And all of us want this, and most certainly we have turned to the right place. So I will say that, for this universal principles of peace, happiness, it is so marvelous. I wish you all could stand where I'm standing and look at all of you there. It is such a beautiful sight. It is like a sea of people have got together to glorify the Lord. And as I was saying that I'm so fortunate, I actually thought I was going to miss you all. But somehow or the other, Lekha Mataji made an arrangement that I will come and meet all of you. You see, to go to Baba, you can't go directly to him, isn't it? Sometimes if you got to know someone who knows, who's close to him. And then you can go to Baba. Like if this gentleman sitting in the front, what's your name? Okay, Cecil Naidu. Right now, if I know he's very close to Baba, so then I'll say, you know what, please go put a good word for me in. Isn't it? Like that. So then if he puts a good word for me in, what will happen? I'll come here and immediately they'll give me a seat right in the front. Reserved, Baba is going to speak to you. So it's very, in the same way, Bhagavan is very pleased when we go through his bhakta. Therefore the Bhagavad Gita says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. It says, Bhaktya mam abhijanati. That it is, you become my devotee. Because see, everyone goes to the Lord because they want some material benediction, isn't it? We want to ask for something. But here it is so beautiful that everyone is coming. I was sitting there for about 10, 15 minutes and I was seeing everyone running around. Yes, get this, and no, but... So everyone is like running around to please Bhagavan Satya Sai Baba. So this should be our motivation, no ulterior motive. And this is called unalloyed devotion. You know what unalloyed means? Alloy, metal, means it's mixed with something else. So unalloyed devotion means that the devotion is not mixed or tinged with karma or jnana, but it is all for the pleasure of the Lord. So I'll finish with a little story to show you how people are materially motivated. In one village in India, and there was one deity of Mother Kali, and the word went around that if you please this Mother Kali, whatever desires you have will be fulfilled. How's that? When someone tells you that, you'll think, wow, yes, let me go. You go with a big list, isn't it? 5, 10 things on that list. I want this, I want that. If it's a small boy, maybe he'll ask for an iPhone. If it's a big man, he'll ask for a Mercedes. But the same toys. You understand? One is small, one is big. So then one man from the village, listen very carefully. One man from the village, he said he wanted to win the lotto. So he said, I'm going to go to Mother Kali and ask Mother Kali that I want to win the lotto. and I want to win $100,000 in this lotto. So he took his ticket, waiting for the day. I don't know if it was on TV or where this was going to be announced. So he was waiting for the results. And lo and behold, he had won the lotto. But not 100,000, he had won 50,000. So he went back to the temple of Mother Kali and he said, I see you have kept your half. So I'll keep my half. So like this, you can see this is basically what I'm talking about. We don't want that. We want to be pure, because I promise you, the more you are absorbed in the lotus feet of Baba, the more peace and purity and happiness will enter your soul. This material world is a madhouse. Actually, it's a fact. People are mad in this place. If you just have to interact with them for a short minute, for a short while, and you'll see that there's so many inebrities, diseases, mental issues. Many years ago, I went to a mental asylum in Pietermaritzburg. I'll finish with this story. And it was part of our field study when I was studying in the university. And so we went to this mental asylum. And as we entered, one man came to me. And he said, hello, how are you? I said, no, I'm fine. And he said, you see that man there? This now, he'll come to you and he'll tell you he's Jesus Christ. Don't believe him. But then I was joking with him also, because I knew, I wanted to make it lighthearted. I said, but what if he is Jesus Christ? And he said, he can't be, because I am. So this is what it is. But anyway, thank you. I could sit here and talk to you for a very long time. But thank you very much, and pranams to my very dear friend. He purified my home there by his beautiful chanting. Sometimes I'll hear that chanting and it'll be going on for such a long time. And maybe if someone can give me a recording of that, I'll be very happy. Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, one more time. Everyone after me, right? I know, but let's put some effort into it, right? Because Panditji said he wants 110%, not 80%, right? So y'all will follow me, and then you will say after me, okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you. So now this is the blessing I received from Panditji. This is my PhD gown. Now I'm officially a Pandit.
PhD, pure-hearted devotee.
Thank you, Panditji. That was indeed inspiring. And of course, when you leave a smile on everybody's face, you can just feel the lightness. And thank you for that beautiful chant as well. So if you've heard me speak, and I know many of you have, always talked about practical spirituality, and that's what it's all about. And if you remember Brother Shekhar a few days ago, he said spirituality is fun. And remember, Swami also says, why are you sitting there with a castor oil face? So can we have some smiles this evening? Yeah? All right. It's the last evening, well, beginning of a new journey, but we have to keep smiling. We have one more speaker that I need to introduce, and these are people that are meant to inspire you. So in your quieter times, there's something that they've left behind that you're going to take into your lives. So let me now introduce Pandit Suresh Singh, who has a very special a message for you this evening. I'm not going to burst his bubble, but I'm going to ask him to take the stage. Thank you, Panditji.
Hare Krishna. Can I get this mic off? It's stuck. I want to have this mic out. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. You think you could do better than that? Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare. Rise. Stand up. Stand up. All rise. Clap your hands. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ho Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ho Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Jai Jai Radha Govinda Gopal, Jai Jai Radha Govinda Gopal, Jai Jai Radha Govinda Gopal, Jai Jai Radha Govinda Gopal. Bolo, from your heart. Jai Jai Radha Govinda Gopal, Jai Jai Radha Govinda Gopal, Jai Jai Radha Govinda Gopal, Jai Jai Radha Govinda Gopal. Bolo. Fast now. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ho Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ho Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. All you raise your hands and say, raise your hands like this in the air, high in the air, and we chant, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Give yourselves a round of applause. And another one. I think this was the biggest crowd in the River Range and the biggest vibration. You may now be seated. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat Om Vishnu 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 Om Agyanim Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yenam Tasmi Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sapitam Yenabhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamadyam Dadati Savapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutaparam Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Zacha Shri Rupam Sahagraha Jatam Shahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvitam Sadbahutam Parijana Shahitam Krishna Chaitanyanam Divam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Chagana Lalita Shivishaka Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dhina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopi se gopi karikanta radha kanti namastuti tapta kanchana gaurangi radhe vrindavaneshwari vrishna bhanu stuti devi pranamami hari priye vancha kalpatrabhyascha kripa sindhabhaya evacha patitanam apavana bhuyo vishnuvibhyo namo namaha namo vishnu padaya krishna prestaya bhutale srimati bhakti vedanta swami iti namani namaste saraswati devi gauravani pracharani nirveshesha shunyavadi paschaityadi satarani jaya shri krishna chaitanya prabhu nityananda Shri Advaitare Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. We pray to the Mother of Devotion to give you this devotion that you have here today and to give you more that you can attain the supreme abode. Om Vrindaye Tulasi Devyaye Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavate Namo Namaha. We pray to Lord Nishingadev that is giving you total protection, that you are here and always in your journey in this material world. Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarotumukham Narasimham Vishanam Badram Mirityor Mrityum Namamiham. Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarotumukham Narasimham Vishanam Badram Mirityor Mrityum Namamiham. Om Ugram Viram Mahavishnum Jwalantam Sarotumukham Narasimham Vishanam Badram Mirityor Mrityum Namamiham. Om Hari Om Tat Sat Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Om Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu Om. Dhanyavad. No, I never start yet, Guru. I just did. I'll tell you when we are ready. Now, the most important thing is, in this material body that we have, we are doing Satyanarayana Vrat Katha. Satyanarayana Vrat Katha. Sat is the truth. Narayan is the one that lies on the causal ocean. Vrat is your fast, and Katha is the story. So, Guru, Pandit Guru, Shakarji is Pandit. Pandits will be explaining that there more in detail. But here we have to deliver a speech. A very short speech, but that will take you back home. That speech you've got to take back home and give it to your neighbors. You know why? Because your neighbors are not here. And also to your friends and your relatives that you invited them for this event, for this very, very powerful yajna. They was not present. And for the good time that you're having here. And I tell you something, the best of all that I have tasted here was the food, South Indian food. That was the best. I think it is the talk of the town. I've been around and been eating, and I haven't tasted something like this here. And especially today. If you had, you should give yourself a round of applause as well, because the food was really, really nice. So here, this body, we talk about food. Yeah, there are two types of food. And this one type of food, it is for nourishment of the body. Sattvic food, which is nourishment for the body, to keep this body energized, strong, and healthy. The other food is for the Jivatma. One body, you live two lives, one material life and one spiritual life. We focus more on the material life and we neglect the spiritual life. Therefore, we have the Swamis coming through, the Gurus coming, the Pandits coming through from various countries, and Riverine Ranch must be very fortunate here, and South Africa at large, because South Africa is in tears. With all that is going around in our country, we need more of this type of rituals to be performed so that it can purify the consciousness of everyone in South Africa. Everyone is suffering. We must try by all means to bring another program back to South Africa. And I think this program has come to South Africa at the very doorstep of our elections. And we need it for so that the minds can now make the right decisions and do the right things in our country. So it makes it better for each and everyone to live in peace and in harmony. So we must now not neglect the Jivatma that is within the body. We have come down here to this temporary, miserable, material world. There is pain and suffering. We try to seek for happiness. We try to seek for happiness and we cannot find happiness. We say that if we get married, we will find some happiness. Then we get... I don't know, I didn't catch that. I probably was not here. So, when we get married, that is happiness. You will get some happiness there. And then there are the 3 rings, you know. The first is the engagement ring. Am I right? Then the second one is wedding ring. And what is the third ring? They know it. I think you told them. So these 3 rings is very dangerous. So when we come in this material world, we got to be very cautious. I am fine because I am single. And I am happy because I glorify the name of the Lord. And I prove that you all was also happy when I said, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Within that touched your heart. If you touch your heart, you should raise a round of applause. Because this is spirituality. My topic was spirituality. I took you onto the transcendental platform. I'm going to leave you onto the transcendental platform. And you're going to fly like the eagle and soar to great heights. Am I right? You're not going to howl like the wolves. You're going to seek great heights like the eagle. So this is what spirituality is all about. Connecting with the Jivatma within. You cannot enter into the transcendental platform and seek for God. We want to find who God is, who Bhagavan is, the one who is full in all 6 opulence. We want to find out who He is. You can't understand who God is if you don't understand who Guru is. And if you can't understand who Guru is, then you can't understand who your parents is that brought you into this material world. And if you can't understand yourself that you are in this material world, then you are lost in this material world. Understand? So each and everyone who has come into this material has to seek Mata, Pita, Guru, Dev. Know that your mother, you know your father, you know your Guru. Then you understand God. God has put him last. He didn't come first and said, you put me in front. No, he put himself last. Understand? He says, you give your respects to your mother, give your respects to your father, give your respect to the lotus, to the feet of the Guru. Then you'll attain me. Om Agyanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalaka Chakshuru Militamyanam Tasmai Shri Guruvev Namaha. Hanuman Chalisa is and Shri Guru Charene Sarojarja Nijaman Mukur Sudhar Bharano Raghuvar Bhima Jayasha जोधायक फलचार बुद्धिहीन तनु जान के सुमिरो पवन कुमार भल बुद्धि विद्या देहो मही हरहु कलेश विकार सियावर रामचंद्र की पवन सुत हनुमान की उमापति महादेव की शंकर हरिओम. And this is for Lord Hanumanji. Why it is today Hanumanji Jayanti? Huh? Lalamaya Anjani ka. Clap your hands. Lalamaya Anjani ka. Shri Ram ka divana hai. Lalamaya Anjani ka. Shri Ram ka divana hai. राम जी को चरणों में, राम जी को चरणों में बस इनका ठिकाना है. Am I right? Hanuman ji say, at the feet of whom? Ram. Hanuman is always sitting at the feet of Ram, never ever standing. Am I right? So we must always seek the feet of mother, father, Guru, Bhagavan. Satyug, Treta, Dwarpar, Kali Yuga. These four is here in your body. Satyug, Treta, Dwarpar, Kali Yuga. These four yugas. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, all in your body. How are you taking and you putting it into its right place? Huh? So when we come into this material world, we must give that ijat, respect to mother, respect to father, respect to Guru, and then respect to Bhagavan. And when we go to the mandir to see the deities, how beautiful the deities in the temple. Wrong. When we go to the mandirs, we must go to the mandir so the deities can see who are you have come to visit. Am I right? And we must look at the feet of the deity, not look at the deity, direct at the deity at the face. We haven't that purity in us to reach to the height of the head of the deity. We must look at the feet and then gradually go up. Queen Kunti, the teachings of Queen Kunti, the Pua of Krishna, never ever rose her eyes above the navel of Krishna, but was requesting so many things and asking so many questions. So in this respect, my message is today, each and every family are suffering because of lack of spiritual knowledge. We need to inject it. Where is our children? Where is our youth going today? Have they got any spiritual direction? They have a guru to teach them the direction in which they to journey back, going back home to spiritual world. They know that they're caught in this material world. How they're going to come out of the cycle of birth and death? As a parent, you are being a parent, before you try to have a child, you must understand first, I'm going to have this child. We're going to bring this child into this material world. Are we capable of delivering this child back home to the spiritual world? Can we liberate this child? If you cannot liberate the child to the spiritual world, you shouldn't even be a parent, you shouldn't have a child. This is the questions you should ask. I gave a talk in one of the rural courts in Pinetown. And there I also said, in December, it is Tamasha. Am I right? It's a big festival. And after that, in August, many unwanted children are born. Yes? Everything happens in December. In August, children are born unwanted. Then every problem starts. So we must now go back home and then put our thinking caps on. Where have we went wrong in our spiritual life? There were two brothers, never got on. One brother said to the hired a carpenter, and he said, the carpenter, you build a fence you build a fence so that I cannot see my brother's face. So when the carpenter came, and then he looked, there was a small stream, that river was bordering the two farms. And he looked and he says, okay, he'll build this fence. And then I'm going to go on holiday, and when I come back, this fence must be erect. I don't want to see my brother's face. So much of hatred, so much of jealousy, lust, greed, anger, jealousy, madness. Bhagavad Gita chapter 16, text 4, royal road to hell is described very nicely in this verse, divine and the demonic. And here, when the carpenter was given this task to build the fence, and then he thought, okay, he's going on holiday, this is your task, and now I'm going. I come back after 3 weeks, it must be done. He says, okay, so he goes. The carpenter now, with all the timber he's got, instead of him building the fence, he built a bridge. From this brother's farm to his farm. He's building the bridge. The other brother came and says, what are you doing? He says, I'm building a bridge. He says, but I heard my brother said you must build a fence. He says, no, but I'm building a bridge. So for what? He says, well, I don't know. I'm just building this bridge. So the brother came after 3 weeks. He got shocked. He says, but I told you to build a fence. Why did you build a bridge? He says, because your brother on the other side missed you so much that you all went on holiday. And he said, when he comes, he wants to meet with you. I built this bridge. So this brother from this end of the bridge and that brother from the other end of the bridge, with tears in their eyes, they ran together and they met at the center of the bridge and they hugged each other and they built the relation back. And the carpenter watched them. And he came and he said, but I told you to build this fence, you built a bridge. I says, I am going to leave you here. And I got to leave and I got many other bridges to build. And he left without taking a cent to build the bridge. So we in our life, we must also build these bridges. We understand we had the April flood that washed many things away. But it also washed away all the goodness and the purity from our hearts of our family members and relationships with them. We have taken birth within the same womb of the same mother, but we cannot see eye to eye with each other. Am I right? If this is Kali Yuga, we must change it into Satyug because of our pure devotion. We must not let it to be there and be caught in the clutches of Maya, in illusion and ignorance. We must rise from this mode of ignorance. That way I said, Om Agyanam Timirandasya Jnananjana Shakalaya Chakshurumilitaminam Tasme Sri Guru Vedam. I was born in the deepest mode of ignorance, darkness. And my spiritual master opened my eyes with a torch of knowledge. Understand? I'm going to stop here. There's more I could speak because we have a time. We have the Satyanarayana Katha. I explain a little bit of that. There's Panditji is going to explain you more about that. The Pandits are ready here. They're listening to me very attentively and they say, hey, this Pandit must take the mic away from his hand now. I'm going to give the mic away. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
So, dear brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoyed that segment. It was really about practical spirituality. And I think just from Brother Shekhar's talk again this morning, he talked about the 4 A's. In the material world, it's so difficult for us to detach. And as a mother, and as mothers and sisters, you will know how difficult it is for us to detach from our sons. When your sons get married, you don't marry the daughter as well, or the daughter-in-law, right? You still want to stay with your son. So having said all of that, the 4 A's apply to you, and I'm going to leave you now with Brother Shekhar, who's going to start the Satyanarayana Katha. Thank you.
Before we start the Satyanarayana, I'll be failing in my duty to be here if I don't welcome my dearest soul brother, Vic Pandya. Come up here. Hey, Sai Ram. Brothers and sisters, he is really, the practical spirituality is him. Yes. He is, he is in the world, but he is not of it. And he is truly a karma yogi. Yeah? He is living the message of karma yoga. Please, all of you should rise up and thank our brother. Haribol! 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 And please be seated. His humility and his love and compassion, I have not seen in most of the Sai devotees. I asked him, why are you not coming down? I want you to come down. He said, when I come here, everybody will be coming and thanking me. They should not be thanking me. They should thank Bhagwan. So I want to avoid that. Therefore, he is not coming down. Can you believe that? Such is the level of humility he has. Entire month of April, he simply said, you use this place as you want. Don't worry about anything. If somebody makes a mistake, I'll take care of it. Your job is to take care of the Yajna. And as it is Bhagwan's will, a beautiful temple in Yoga Narasimha is going to be consecrated here on May 22nd. And before such divine insecration happens, it is normal to conduct Yajna in India. So Bhagavan willed an Rudra Maha Yajna should be happening before they open the temple up there. And then Swami said, I will go there up first and then I will be present, and all the energy of Omkareshwara, Satya Sai Ishwara, Chandi Mata, everything was present 1 week before this yajna happened. And thanks Pandit Ji. And I was wondering where to keep Swami after the April 5th Abhishekam and this beautiful lingam. I was thinking we should leave it in the dining. Brother comes and says, no, he should not be here. He should be up there watching all of you. Huh? That is the soul of my brother Vic. And there are so many things I can share about him. He said, brother, give me a USB stick. I will play from the top Sai Bhajans so that all the Sai devotees will be happy. Huh? Think about what is Love All Sarval. That is Love All Sarval. And look, and guess what I told him? For Sai devotees, Maha mantra is Hare Rama Hare Krishna. Maha mantra is Allahu Akbar. Maha mantra is Lord's Prayer. For Sai devotees, it doesn't matter Hare Rama Hare Krishna. He's saying Om Sri Sai Ram. Om Sri Sai Ram, Om Sri Sai Krishna. And before I take any more time, I wanted to share something. I request brother to share a few words, and I will conclude with a beautiful appreciation for him and this entire place. Jai Sai Ram.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Shekhar Bhai. I think you give me too much of accolades that I don't deserve. But all I want to say is that we are very privileged on behalf of my wife, on behalf of our family, to have you guys here to officiate such an important prayer. And it's a very apt time at the moment in our country and in the world and all the wars that's going on to bring some international peace. And I strongly believe in spirituality. We all come from the same tree in serving and doing the best we can for humanity. And above all, when the devotees are happy, when you all stand in front of us and you're all happy, then everyone is happy. We share that deep-rooted prema bhakti, what you call love. So all I want to say is,
Let's work together. Let's make this a better place. Let's love each other. And I'm glad to be among this kind of association. This association not just happened. This association happened from the higher level. We associate because you can only be judged by your association. If you're a criminal, you'll be among criminals. If you're among spirituality, you'll be among spirituality. Among any other aspects, you'll be among them. I'm glad, privileged, and honored to be among y'all. And I'm very happy to see that each and every one of y'all that stand before us here today are very happy. And the way y'all serve unconditionally, unalloyedly, it makes my heart flatter. And all this glory, all these things Shekhar was speaking about, goes down to the mercy of Bhagwan Sai Baba. We take nothing. We're just useless servants. So once we focus that where all this thing goes to, we're all working on one direction and one direction only. So we're just servants. We continued our service unalloyed. Thank you.
So, brothers and sisters, on Ganesh Chaturthi last year, we placed the invitation for Bhagwan to bless this yajna. And on Ganesh Chaturthi day, 2 kilos of haldi materialized on the invitation that was placed on Bhagwan. And when they were taking that haldi, the turmeric out, came this beautiful lingam which has the rainbow colors of Africa. Never ever I have seen this kind of a lingam. Swami materializes lingam in gold, in blue, in crystal, in emerald, all those colors. But this lingam, my palm size lingam, this lingam materialized in the haldi and it has all the African colors. And I was thinking, after such an incredible Atirudra Mahayajna, where would this be worshipped? And a thought occurred that it should be along with Yoga Narasimha. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Because there is really the greatest devotee of Vishnu, the greatest devotee of Vishnu is Bhagwan Shiva. The greatest devotee of Bhagwan Shiva is Vishnu. And you see there, Chakradana Murti. Vishnu was so devoted that when he was worshipping, he fell short of one lotus. Kararavindena padaravindam mukharavinde viniveshayantram vatasya patrasya pute nivasam balam mukundam manasasmarami. His eyes are lotus-like. His feet, his hands, everything is lotus-like. So Bhagwan Vishnu decided to cut one of his eyes and offer to Shiva. Shiva was so pleased. He came up and he said, "You give me one eye, I will give half of my body to you." And he gave him Sudarshana Chakra. Such is the love of Shiva for Vishnu and Vishnu for Shiva. And therefore, my dear brother, this is Raghavji, come here please, Panditji. Both, all the three of you come and accept this on behalf of all Satya Sai Baba devotees. Jai Sai Ram. Jai Sai Ram. And every time you come to this area, please visit the temple and take the blessings of Yoga Narasimha along with Satya Sai Ishvara. Jai Sai Ram. I know you are all anxiously waiting. This is worship, okay? Being grateful, as I said in the morning, the attitude is gratitude. The aptitude is servitude. Servitude. Aptitude, attitude, gratitude. Attitude, gratitude. Aptitude, awareness. There you go. Jai Sai Ram. Please, now you will all receive the murtis of Sri Satya Sai Satyanarayana. And brother, you and sister can also sit. And I will put this here. You can sit on the mat. Yeah. Sister, please, you can use the stool. No. You get up. She can sit on the stool. On the plate kodappa avarige. Oh, we can here. And where is the murti? Pandit ji. Yeah? Okay. They're coming, Ma. Yes. Okay. So, see Satya Sai Satyanarayana. Bhagwan's given name by his parents is Satyanarayana. Satya is truth. Narayana. What does the word Narayana mean? Ayana means path. Ramayana means Rama's path. Rama's walk of life. Sairama, everybody will get, Ma. Everybody will get. Please don't get tensed up. Jai Sai Ram. Okay. And you will be receiving also bowls with some prasad, kumkum, etc. And you don't have to really worry about what's happening. The puja is happening to Sri Satya Sai Satyanarayana. Satyanarayana. Narayana means the path of a human being. Nara means human. Ayana means path. What is the path of a human being? The path of the human being is Satya, truth. What is truth? Sathya. Truth is that which is never changing. Trikala Bhashyam Satyam. And this truth is that we are divine incarnations. As said in Bhagavad Gita, Mamaivamsho Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha. We are the reflections, we are the sparks of divinity. And this spark of divinity, not only practicing this divinity through service to others through the body, and adoration through the senses, and ending the mind in illumination. I know you are all very distracted right now. Just pass it on. If you cannot walk, they cannot walk amongst you, so please just give them a second. Let's get started with the puja, and they will do the Kalasha Puja first. After that, we will do the worship of Sri Satya Sai Satyanarayana.
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। आचम्य केशवाय स्वाहा, नारायणाय स्वाहा, माधवाय स्वाहा, गोविंदाय नमः, विष्णवे नमः, मधुसूदनाय नमः, त्रिविक्रमाय नमः, वामनाय नमः, श्रीधराय पद्मनाभाय नमः, दामोदराय नमः, संकर्षणाय नमः, वासुदेवाय नमः, प्रद्युम्नाय नमः, अनिरुद्धाय नमः, पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः, दोक्षाय नमः, नारसिंहाय नमः, अच्युताय नमः, जनार्दनाय नमः, उपेन्द्राय नमः, हरे नमः, श्रीकृष्णाय नमः। आगमार्थं तु देवानां गमनार्थं तु रक्षसां कुर्वे घण्टारवं तत्र देवता पानलाञ्छनम् इति घण्टानादं कृत्वा अपसर्पन्तु देवभूताय भूता भवितुंस्ताः ये भूता विघ्नहर्तारस्तेन उपक्रामभूताद्या सर्वे ते भूमिवार्काः सर्वेषां रोदेन पूजा कर्म समा पृथ्वीत्वयार्ता लोका देवी त्वं विष्णुनार्ता त्वं च धारयमान् देवी पवित्रं कुरुशासनो प्रणवस्य परब्रह्मर्षे परमात्मा देवता दैवी गायत्री छन्द प्राणायामे विनियोगः। ओं भूः ओमापो ज्योतिरसोऽमृतं ब्रह्म भूर्भुवत्सुरं भूर्भुवत्सुरं भूर्भुवत्सुवरोम्।
Om Sai Ram. Om Sai Ram.
Is there any reason for all of you to be talking to each other?
शुभाभ्यां शिवे शोभने मुहूर्ते अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीय प्रार्धे श्वेतवरः कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्त्रे कलियुगे प्रथमवाजे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यावहारिके प्रभवादिषष्टिसंवत्सराणां मध्ये श्रीमते मंगलकर क्रोधी नाम संवत्सरे उत्तरायणे वसंत ऋतौ चैत्रमासे शुक्लपक्षे पौर्णमास्यां शुभतिथौ वासरः भौमवासरयुक्तायां शुभनक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकर्ण एवं गणविषयविशिष्टायां अस्यां शुभतिथौ मम उपार्थ समस्त तक्षे द्वारा श्री परमेश्वर श्रीमन्नारायण च प्रीत्यार्थम यजमानानां गोत्रोद्भवस्य नक्षत्रे राशो जातस्य सह कुटुम्बानाम् आरिद्र भारद्वाज गोत्रोद्भवस्य आरिद्रा नक्षत्रे मिथुनराशो जातस्य श्री सत्यसाईश्वर शर्मणः सह कुटुम्बानां सर्वेषाम् आस्तिक भक्त महाजनानां च क्षेमस्थैर्यधैर्यवीर्य विजयाभयाैरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फलपुरुषार्थित्यर्थं विशेषेण समस्त सन्मंगलावाप्त्यर्थं यजमानानां सह कुटुम्बानां जातकरीत्या गोचाररीत्या आदित्यादीनां नवानां ग्रहाणां ये ग्रहाः अरिष्टस्थानेषु स्थिताः तेषां ग्रहाणां शुभस्थानवाप्त्यर्थं ये ग्रहाः शुभ एकादशस्थानेषु स्थिताः तेषां ग्रहाणाम् अत्यन्त अतिशय शुभफलावाप्त्यर्थं महागणपति प्रसादेन सकलकार्यानुकूलतासिद्ध्यर्थम् आदित्या नवग्रहेण यो दोषः समजन्दोषपीडापरिहारार्थं मृत्युञ्जय प्रसादेन अपमृत्युपघातादि समस्त पीडापरिहारद्वारा दीर्घायुष्याभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् इष्टदेवता कुलदेवता कुलपारम्पर्यदेवता सद्गुरु प्रसादेन च सर्वारिष्टशान्त्यर्थं सर्वाभीष्टसिद्ध्यर्थं मनोवाञ्छाबलसिद्ध्यर्थं शरीरे वर्तमान वर्तिष्यमाण बाधमान बाधिष्यमाण सकल रोग निवारण द्वारा क्षिप्र आरोग्यता सिद्ध्यर्थम उद्योगे व्यापारे व्यवहारे च समस्त शत्रुबाधा निवारण द्वारा सकल कार्येषु दिग्विजय प्राप्त्यर्थम मनोवांछाबल सिद्ध्यर्थम आयुष्याभिवृद्ध्यर्थम पूर्व संकल्पित प्रकारेण श्री साई सत्यनारायण स्वामी परिपूर्णानुग्रह प्रसाद सिद्ध्यर्थम प्रसादेन सर्वाभीष्ट सिद्ध्यर्थम दिने दिने उत्तरोत्तराभिवृद्ध्यर्थं लोककल्याणार्थं महागणपति पूजा पुरस्सर आदित्यादि नवग्रह प्रार्थना पूर्वक साई सत्यनारायण व्रत पूजा आराधनाख्यं कर्म करिष्ये अपौपस्पृश्य तदंग कलशाराधनं करिष्ये कलशगन्धाक्षतपत्रपुष्पैरभ्यर्च हस्तेनाच्छाद्य कलशस्य मुखे विष्णुनामकैर्दशसमाश्रिताः मूले तत्प्रसा ब्रह्मामध्ये मातृणासुदाः कुक्षादसागरा सर्वे तत्त्वद्वीपावसुन्धरा ऋग्वेदोऽथर्ववेदब्रह्मवेदोऽथर्वणः अङ्गैः सर्वे कलशासमाश्रिताः आयान्तु देवपूजार्थं दक्षयकारकाः गङ्गे देवने चैव गोदावरी सरस्वती नर्मदे सिन्धु कावेरी जलेऽस्मिन् सन्निधिं कुरु आपो वा इदगुं सर्वं विश्वा
भूतान्याप प्राणावाप पशवापो नमापो प्रथमापस्तप्राणापो विराडापस्वराडाप छन्दागुष्यापो ज्योतिगुष्यापो यजोगुष्याप सप्तमाप सर्वा देवता आपो भूद्भुवत्स्वरापो
अस्मिन् कलशे गंगादि सर्वतीर्थान्यावाक्या कलशोदकेन पूजा द्रव्याणि सम्प्रोक्ष देवं सम्प्रोक्ष आत्मानं च प्रोक्ष शेषं विसृज्य ओम गणानान्त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदान शृण्वन्नो दिवसे ददादनम् अस्मिन् बिम्बे ओम भूर्भुवत्स्वरं महागणपतिमावाहयामि महागणपतये नमः लं पृथ्वी तत्त्वात्मने गन्धं परिकल्पयामि हम आकाशात्मने पुष्पं कल्पयामि यं वायुवात्मने धूपं कल्पयामि रम अग्नितत्त्वात्मने दीपं दर्शयामि हम अमृतात्मने कदलीफलनैवेद्यं निवेदयामि सं सर्वात्मने
पंचोपचारार्थक्षतां समर्पयामि।
ओम नमो व्रातपतये नमो
गणपतये नमः प्रमदपतये नमस्ते स्तुलम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्नविनाशिने शिवदुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः।
महागणपतये नमः नीराजनं संदर्शयामि आचमनं समर्पयामि रक्षां धारयामि निशुसेद गणपते
गणेशुत्तमाभरविप्रातमं कवीनां तदते विक्रियते किञ्जनारे महामर्कं माघवञ्जित्तमच्चा
मंत्रपुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा
निर्विघ्नकुरुमे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
महागणपते नमः मनोरथान् प्रार्थयामि छत्रचामरादि समस्तोपचारान् समर्पयामि अनेन पंचोपचार पूजा विधानेन भगवान् सर्वात्मकः महागणपदेवता सुप्रीता सुप्रसन्ना वरदा भवतु। ओम महेद्यो पृथिवी च इमं यज्ञं मिक्षता विवृतान्नो वरेमभिः ब्रह्मजज्ञानं प्रथमं परस्ताद्विसेमतः सुरुचो वेनावः सबुद्ध्यावमास्य विष्ठा सरश्चयोनिमसच्चिवः नाके सुवर्णमुपयत्पदन्तगो हृदा वेनन्तो अभ्यषक्षत्वा हिरण्यपक्षं वरुणस्य दूतयमस्योनोषिकम्भरण्यम् आप्याय सुतमे तते विश्वस्वामृष्णियं भवावादिस्सङ्गते यो रुद्रोऽग्नो योऽप्स्यवोषधीशो रुद्रो विश्वाभुवनावेदस्मै रुद्राय नमः। विष्णु विचक्रमे त्रेधानुद्रं विश्वावेवृधं समुद्रव्य संगिरः रथेतमं रथेनां वाजानागं सत्परिपदम् आपो वा इदगं सर्वं विश्वाभूतान्यापप्राणा वा आपप्रजवापो नवापो प्रथमापस्सम्राणापो विराडापस्सराडापश्छन्दागस्यापो ज्योतिगस्यापो यजोगस्यापो सप्तमापः सर्वा देवताः आपो भूद्भुवत्स्वरापो कूर्चाग्रे राक्षसान् घोरान् छिन्ति कर्मविगादिनः त्वामर्पयामि कुम्भेऽस्मिन् साफल्यं कर्मसो वृक्षराजमुद्भूता शाखाया पल्लवत्वजः युष्मान् कुम्भे तर्पयामि सर्वपापापनुत्तये नारिकेळसमुद्भूता त्रिनेत्रारसम्मदा शिखयाधृतं सर्वं पापं पीडां च मे नुदा सैरत्नानि दाशे स्वादिवितां तम्भागं चित्रमीमहे इमं मे वर्णश्रु देवमध्याचमडया त्वमस्राजके पक्वायामि ब्रह्मणा वन्दमानस्वाजातेजमानो वर्णे हवोत्रं जमानाय अस्मिन् कलशे ओं भूर्भुवत्स्वरं सकलतीर्थाधिपतिं वरुणं ध्यायामि आवाहयामि वरुणाय नमः गन्धादि सकलाराधनैः स्वार्चितां नाथ आदित्यादि नवग्रह प्रार्थनं करिष्ये सूर्यशौर्यमथेन्दुरिन्द्रपदवीं सन्मङ्गलं मङ्गलः सद्बुद्धिं च बुधो गुरुश्च गुरुतां शुक्रशुभं शं शनिः राहुर्बाहुबलं करोतु विजयं केतुः कुलस्योन्नतिं नित्यं प्रीतिकरा भवन्तु सततं सर्वेऽनुकूलाग्रहाः अरिष्टानि प्रणश्यन्तु दुरितानि भयानि च शान्तिरस्तु शुभं मेस्तु ग्रहाः कुर्वन्तु मङ्गलम् आदित्यानवग्रहदेवताभ्यो नमः प्रार्थनाः समर्पयामि अथ द्वारपालक पूजां करिष्ये ओं पुरद्वारे द्वारश्रे नमः धात्रे नमः विधात्रे नमः दक्षिणद्वारे द्वारश्रे नमः नन्दाय नमः सुनन्दाय नमः पश्चिमद्वारे द्वारश्रे नमः बलाय नमः प्रबलाय नमः उत्तरद्वारे द्वारश्रे नमः कुमुदाय नमः कुमुदाक्षाय नमः तन्मध्ये नवरत्नकच दिव्यसिंहासनोपरि साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः द्वारपालक पूजां समर्पयामि पीठपूजां करिष्ये पीठस्याधो भागे आधारशक्ते नमः मूलप्रकृते नमः कूर्माय नमः दक्षिणे क्षीरोदये नमः सिंहाय नमः सिंहासनस्य कोणे नैऋत्यकोणे ज्ञानाय नमः वायुकोणे वैराग्याय नमः ईशान्यकोणे ऐश्वर्याय नमः पूर्वदिशि धर्माय नमः दक्षिणदिशि ज्ञानाय नमः पश्चिमदिशि वैराग्याय नमः उत्तरदिशि अनैश्चराय नमः पीठमध्ये मूलाय नमः नाळाय नमः पत्रेभ्यो नमः केसरेभ्यो नमः कर्णिकाय नमः कर्णिकामध्ये संसत्वाय नमः रम्रसे नमः तं तमसे नमः आत्मने नमः पं परमात्मने नमः ओम ह्रीं ज्ञानात्मने वन्द्यमण्डलाय दशकलात्मने नमः सूर्यमण्डलाय द्वादशकलात्मने नमः सोममण्डलाय षोडशकलात्मने नमः मध्ये सकलगुणशक्तियुक्ताभ्यः साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः पीठपूजां समर्पयामि दिक्पालकपूजां करिष्ये इंद्राय नमः अग्नये नमः यमाय नमः निरुते नमः वरुणाय नमः वायवे नमः कुबेराय नमः ईशानाय नमः दिक्पालकपूजां समर्पयामि कुसुमाक्षतां गृहीत्वा ध्यायेत् सत्यं गुणातीतं गुणत्रय समन्वितं
लोकनाथं त्रिलोकेशं कौस्तुभावरणं नीलवर्णं पीतवासं श्रीवत्सम्पदभूषितं गोविन्दं गोकुलानन्दं ब्रह्माद्यैरविपूजितम्
ॐ हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम्
ओम नारायणाय विद्महे
वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्
साईश्वराय
विद्महे सत्यदेवाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्
अस्मिन् पटे च साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिनं ध्यायामि
आवाहयामि
आवाहित साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः प्राण प्रतिष्ठा नमः मंत्रस्य ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश्वरार्षयः ऋग्यजसामाथर्वाणि छन्दांसि प्राणशक्ति परादेवता राम बीजं ह्रीं शक्तिः ॐ कीलकम् आवाहित श्री साई सत्यनारायण स्वामी प्राण प्रतिष्ठा सिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः रामंगुष्ठाभ्यां नमः ह्रीं तर्जनीभ्यां नमः ॐ मध्यमाभ्यां नमः ह्रीं नामकाभ्यां नमः ॐ कनिष्ठिकाभ्यां नमः रहाकर्मष्टाभ्यां नमः राम हृदयाय नमः ह्रीं सरसे स्वाहा ॐ शिखाय वृषः ह्रीं कवचाय हम ॐ नेत्रत्रयाय वृषः रहासाय वृषः बोर्बोर्द्रोविद्बन्धः ध्यानम् रक्ताम्बोधिस्तपोतोलसन सरोजाधिरूढा कराब्जैः पाशङ्कोचण्डमेक्षोद्भोगनोपगृहं पञ्चबाणान् विप्राणास्कृवालग्नेन स्वामिन वक्षोहाट्या देवी बाला करुणा बहुजलकरे प्राणशक्तिपराणः ॐ ह्रां ह्रीं ह्रूं या राजावाशासाहं सोऽहं हंसः आवाहित साई सत्यनारायण स्वामी प्राणाः इह प्राणाः आवाहित साई सत्यनारायण स्वामी जीवः इह जीवः वाङ्मनः चक्षुश्रोत्र जिह्वाघ्राणैः उच्छ्वासनिश्वासरूपेण बहिरागत्य अस्मिन् कलशे पठे च सुकञ्चरन् तिष्ठन्तु स्वाहा असूनीते तस्मा चक्षुः पुनः प्राणो मिहिनो देवो
अमृतं वै प्राणाः अमृतमापः प्राणानेव यथा स्थानभवः क्वजते यावत् पूजावसादकं तावत् तं प्रीतिभावेन
सन्निधिं कुरो आवाहितो भव स्थापितो भव सन्निहितो भव सन्निरुद्धो भव भव व्याप्तो भव वरदो भव सर्वेषां भक्तमहाजनानां सर्वाभीष्टफलप्रदो भव वाङ्म आसन्नसो प्राणः
कर्णयो श्रोत्रं बाहुवोर्बलं ऊर्वोरोजहारिष्टा विश्वानिङ्गादितनोः नमस्ते अस्तु मामायंसेः
प्रजा
मे गोपाय अमृतत्वाय जीवसे जाताञ्च तिष्ठमानाञ्च अमृते सत्ये प्रतिष्ठिता प्राणान् प्रतिष्ठापयामि
प्राणशक्ते नमः यथा भागशः
आम्रफलमहानैवेद्यं निवेदयामि भूगीफलताम्बूलं समर्पयामि
कुसुमाक्षतां गृहीत्वा रत्नैर्नानाविधैर्युक्तं स्वर्णपीठं विराजितम्
आसनं देवदेवेश प्रीत्यर्थं प्रतिगृह्यता
साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः रत्नसिंहासनं समर्पयामि नारायण नमस्तेस्तु
नरकारणवतारक
ग्रहाणपाद्य सत्तेषां मम सौख्यविवर्धन आवाहित साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः पादयोः पाद्यं समर्पयामि व्यक्ताव्यक्तस्वरूपाय ऋषिकपदये नमः मया निवेदितो भक्त्या अर्घ्योऽयं प्रदीप्यता आवाहित साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः हस्तयोः अर्घ्यमर्घ्यं समर्पयामि मन्दाकिन्यास्ते द्वारे सर्वपापहरं शुभं तदिदं कल्पितं देवा सम्यगाचमन्त्वया साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः मुखे आचमनीयमाचमनीयं समर्पयामि दधिक्षीरगृहोपेतं शर्करा मधुसंयुतं मधुपर्कं ग्रहाणेदं सच्चिदानन्दविग्रह साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
मधुपर्कं समर्पयामि
स्नानं निर्प्रोक्षण ओम आपोहिष्ठामया
तानपूज्ये दधातना
महेर्नोदचक्षते जोवश्चमतमोरसस्तस्य बाधयते अनः उजतीर्वमातरः तस्माद्गमावोय
स्नानं समर्पयामि स्थानाङ्गाय स्वरमेतु ते विश्वदस्वामृष्टियं समर्पयामि दधिक्रामणो अकारिषञ्जिष्टोरस्वस्य वाजिनः स्वरभिनोमुखाकर्पणायोगं शितारिषत् समर्पयामि शुक्रमसि ज्योतिरसतेजो सदेवो वस्वितोत्मना त्वच्छद्रेण पवित्रेण विदोस्तोर्यस्य रश्मिभिः स्नानं समर्पयामि मधुवातारताजते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीं सन्तोषधीः मधुवत्प्राप्तिर्कमृजः मधुद्योरस्तनभृता मधुमागम्बस्तूर्यः माद्गीर्गावो भवन्तः समर्पयामि स्वागतपवस्व दिव्याय जन्मते साधुरिन्द्राय नागधुतरे नाम्ने स्वातमित्राय वरुणाय वाजवे बृहस्पतये मधुमामताभ्यः समर्पयामि याः फलनेर्याः फलापुष्पायास्तमस्पृती बृहस्पते प्रसोतास्तानामञ्चन्द्रगम्बसः समर्पयामि ओमापोहिष्ठामयो भुवस्तानवोज्येददातना महेरणाय चक्षुदे योमशिवनमोरदस्तस्य मादिरेहनः उषतेरिव मादरः तस्मारङ्गमामवोय स्रक्षया जन्मदा आपो जनयताजनः फलपञ्चामृतस्नानानन्तरं शुद्धोदकस्नानं समर्पयामि स्नानाङ्ग आचमनीयं समर्पयामि ॐ रत्नैर्नानाविधैर्युक्तं स्वर्णपीठं विराजितम् आसनं देवदेवेश प्रेत्यक्रम विकृत्यताम् समायुक्ते यज्ञसामसमन्विते स्वर्णवर्णयतो देवावाससे प्रतिगृह्यताम् साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः वस्त्रार्थं पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि ब्रह्म विष्णुमहेशेन निर्मितं ब्रह्मसूत्रकं यज्ञोपवीतदानेन प्रियतां कमलापतिः साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः उपवीतार्थं पुष्पाणि समर्पयामि वस्त्रोपवीतानन्तरम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि श्रीगन्धं चन्दनं दिव्यं गन्धाढ्यं सुमनोहरं विलेपनं सुरश्रेष्ठा प्रीत्यर्थं प्रतिगृह्यतां साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः दिव्य परिमलगन्धान् धारयामि शालीयानक्षतान् श्वेतान् चन्द्राभान् विमलान् शुभान् ग्रहाण सत्यदेवेशा पुराण पुरुषोत्तम साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः गन्धस्योपरि अलङ्करणार्थे अक्षतान् समर्पयामि माल्यादि च सुगन्धेन मादित्यादि च वै प्रभो मया दत्तानि पूजार्थं पुष्पाणि प्रतिगृह्यतां साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः पुष्पमालिकान् समर्पयामि हरिद्रारञ्जिते देवी सुखसौभाग्यदायिनी हरिद्रान्ते प्रदास्यामि ग्रहाणपत्रिपुराम्बिके श्री साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः हरिद्राचूर्णं समर्पयामि सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायण नमोस्तुते साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः कुङ्कुमचूर्णं समर्पयामि अथ अङ्गपूजां करिष्ये ओम सत्यदेवाय नमः पादो पूजयामि सत्यात्मने नमः गुल्पो पूजयामि सत्यनिधये नमः जानुने पूजयामि सत्यसंकल्पाय नमः जंघे पूजयामि सत्यदेशाय नमः ऊर्वं पूजयामि सत्यरूपाय नमः गुह्यं पूजयामि सत्यसेव्याय नमः जघनं पूजयामि सत्यवटवे नमः कटिं पूजयामि सत्योदराय नमः उदरं पूजयामि सत्यधर्माय नमः हृदयं पूजयामि सत्यकामाय नमः पार्श्वं पूजयामि सत्येष्टाय नमः पृष्ठदेहं पूजयामि सत्यपरायणाय नमः पूजयामि सत्यशौर्याय नमः पूजयामि सत्य वक्षाय नमः सत्यसंतुष्टाय नमः घण्टं पूजयामि सत्यवेदाय नमः वदनं पूजयामि सत्याच्युताय नमः नासिकां पूजयामि सत्यशर्माय नमः श्रोत्रे पूजयामि सत्यपूर्णाय नमः नेत्रे पूजयामि सत्यौषधाय नमः प्रभो पूजयामि सत्यानन्दाय नमः मध्यं पूजयामि सत्योपुषे नमः ललाटं पूजयामि सत्यग्रहरूपिणे नमः शरः पूजयामि सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः सर्वाण्लिङ्गानि पूजयामि अथ पुष्पपूजां करिष्ये सत्यदेवाय नमः चम्पकपुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यात्मने नमः पुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यनिधये नमः मन्दारपुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यसंकल्पाय नमः शतपत्रपुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यधीशाय नमः कमलपुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यरूपाय नमः मल्लिकापुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यसेव्याय नमः सेवन्तिकापुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यवर्माय नमः हिरवन्तिकापुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्योदराय नमः करवेरपुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यधर्माय नमः गिरिकन्दिकापुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यकामाय नमः अथसेपुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्येष्टाय नमः पारिजातपुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यपरायणाय नमः नागपुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यशौर्याय नमः पुष्पं समर्पयामि सत्यक्षयाय नमः मालतीपुष्पं
समर्पयामि
सत्यसंतुष्टाय नमः
केतकी पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्यदक्षाय नमः
मंदार पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्याच्युताय नमः
पाटली पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्यवर्मणे नमः
अशोक पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्यपूर्णाय नमः
पूर्ण पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्यौषधाय नमः
ताडवी पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्यानन्दाय नमः
देवदार पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्योपशे नमः
सुगंधराज पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्यग्रहरूपिणे नमः
अर्क पुष्पं समर्पयामि
सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
समर्पयामि
अथ पत्रपूजां करिष्ये सत्यदेवाय नमः
पत्रं समर्पयामि
आत्मने नमः
पत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यविभवाय नमः
चम्पकपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यसङ्कल्पाय नमः
बिल्वपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यदेशाय नमः
पूर्वायुगपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यरूपाय नमः
सेवन्तिकापत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यौषधाय नमः
मोरकपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यसेव्याय नमः
सुगन्धपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्योदराय नमः
करवीरपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यधर्माय नमः
पुष्टकान्तिपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यकामाय नमः
माचीपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्येष्टाय नमः सत्यपरायणाय नमः
निरवन्तिकापत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यशौर्याय नमः
मार्गपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यदक्षाय नमः
पारिजातपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यसन्तुष्टाय नमः
ताडवीपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यवेदाय नमः
पत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्याच्युताय नमः
देवदारपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यवर्मणे नमः
समीपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यपूर्णाय नमः
सूतपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्येश्वराय नमः
महामलकपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यानन्दाय नमः
वटपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यौपुषे नमः
कमलपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यग्रहरूपिणे नमः
मेघपत्रं समर्पयामि
सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
पत्रपूजां
अथ
समर्पयामि
नामपूजां करिष्ये केशवाय नमः माधवाय नमः
गोविन्दाय नमः
विष्णवे नमः
मधुसूदनाय नमः
त्रिविक्रमाय नमः
वामनाय नमः
श्रीधराय नमः
श्रीकेशाय नमः
पद्मनाभाय नमः
दामोदराय नमः
सङ्कर्षणाय नमः
वासुदेवाय नमः
प्रद्युम्नाय नमः
अनिरुद्धाय नमः
पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः
हताक्षजाय नमः
नारसिंहाय नमः
अच्युताय नमः
जनार्दनाय नमः
उपेन्द्राय नमः
हरये नमः
श्रीकृष्णाय नमः
मत्स्याय नमः
कूर्माय नमः
वराहाय नमः
नरसिंहाय नमः
वामनाय नमः
परशुरामाय नमः
श्रीरामाय नमः
कृष्णाय नमः
बद्धाय नमः
कल्किने नमः
सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः नामपूजां समर्पयामि महालक्ष्मी नमः कमलाय नमः पद्मासनाय नमः
वामाय नमः
चण्डिकाय नमः
अनगायै नमः
रमायै नमः
पीताम्बरधारिण्यै नमः
दिव्यगन्धानुलेपनाय नमः
हरिप्रियायै नमः
इन्द्राय नमः
लोकमात्रे नमः
मङ्गलदेवतायै नमः
भार्गव्यै नमः
क्षीरसागरकन्यकायै नमः
सुभजायै नमः
नारायण्ये नमः
दैत्यदर्पणारण्ये नमः
सुरासुरपूजिताय नमः
लक्ष्मीपूजां समर्पयामि
अथ आवरणपूजां करिष्ये नारायणाय नमः अच्युताय नमः
आदित्यान्तशून्याय नमः
विष्णवे नमः सृष्टिस्थितिसंहारकाय नमः
दामोदराय नमः
श्री साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
प्रथमावरणपूजां समर्पयामि
यजुर्वेदाय नमः
सामवेदाय नमः
अथर्ववेदाय नमः सूर्यमण्डलाय नमः
साममण्डलाय नमः
साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
द्वितीयावरणपूजां समर्पयामि
केशवाय नारायणाय नमः गोविन्दाय नमः मधुसूदनाय नमः वामनाय नमः ऋषिकेशाय नमः दामोदराय नमः वासुदेवाय नमः अनिरुद्धाय नमः अधोक्षजाय नमः अच्युताय नमः उपेन्द्राय नमः श्रीकृष्णाय नमः तृतीयावरणपूजां आदित्याय नमः अंगारकाय नमः बृहस्पतये नमः शनैश्चराय नमः केतवे नमः साई सत्यनारायण
स्वामिने नमः चतुर्थावरणपूजां समर्पयामि
इंद्राय नमः
अग्नये नमः
यमाय नमः
देवतये नमः
वरुणाय नमः
वायवे नमः
कुबेराय नमः
ईशानाय नमः
साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
पंचमावरणपूजां समर्पयामि
मेषाय नमः
पुराय नमः
मिथुनाय नमः
कटकाय नमः
सिंहाय नमः तुलाय नमः धनुषे नमः कुम्भाय नमः साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
षष्ठावरणपूजां समर्पयामि
ब्राह्म्ये नमः
माहेश्वर्यै नमः
कौमार्ये नमः
वैष्णव्ये नमः
वाराक्ये नमः
इन्द्राण्ये नमः
चामुण्डायै नमः
सप्तमातृकेभ्यो नमः
महादेव्यै नमः
काल्यै नमः
महालक्ष्मी नमः
सरस्वत्यै नमः
श्री साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
सप्तमावरणपूजां समर्पयामि
मत्स्याय नमः
कूर्माय नमः
वराहाय नमः
नरसिंहाय नमः
वामनाय नमः
परशुरामाय नमः
श्रीरामाय नमः
कृष्णाय नमः
बौद्धाय नमः
कल्किने नमः
साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः
अष्टमावरणपूजां समर्पयामि
अथ अष्टोत्तर दिव्यशतनामावळि पूजां करिष्ये ओम सत्यदेवाय नमः
सत्यात्मने नमः
ओम सत्यभूताय नमः
सत्यपुरुषाय नमः
ओम सत्यनाथाय नमः
सत्यदाक्षिणे नमः
सत्ययोगाय नमः
सत्यज्ञानाय नमः
सत्यज्ञानप्रियाय नमः
सत्यनिधये नमः
सत्यसंभवाय नमः नमः
सत्यप्रभवे नमः
सत्येश्वराय नमः
सत्यकर्मणे नमः
सत्यपवित्राय नमः
सत्यमंगलाय नमः
सत्यगर्भाय नमः
सत्यप्रजापतये नमः
सत्यविक्रमाय नमः
सत्यच्युताय नमः
सत्याच्युताय नमः
सत्यवीराय नमः
सत्यबोधाय नमः
सत्यधर्माय नमः
सत्याग्रजाय नमः
सत्यसन्तुष्टाय नमः
सत्यवराहाय नमः
सत्यपरायणाय नमः
सत्यपूर्णाय नमः
सत्यौषधाय नमः
सत्यशाश्वताय नमः
सत्यप्रवर्तनाय नमः
सत्यविभवे नमः
सत्यज्येष्ठाय नमः
सत्यविक्रमणे नमः
सत्यकन्वये नमः
सत्यमेधाय नमः
सत्यजातीयाय नमः
सत्यकृतवे नमः
सत्यकालाय नमः
सत्यवत्सलाय नमः
सत्यवतवे नमः
सत्यमोघाय नमः
सत्यरुद्राय नमः
सत्यब्रह्मणे नमः
सत्यामृताय नमः
सत्यवेदांगाय नमः
सत्यसुरात्मने नमः
सत्यभोक्त्रे नमः
सत्यजुते नमः
सत्यार्चिताय नमः
सत्येन्द्राय नमः
सत्यशंकराय नमः
सत्यस्वर्गाय नमः
सत्यनियमाय नमः
सत्यवेदाय नमः
सत्यवेद्याय नमः
सत्यपीयूषाय नमः
सत्यमायाय नमः
सत्यमोहाय नमः
सत्यसुरानन्दाय नमः
सत्यजागराय नमः
सत्यतपसे नमः
सत्यधर्माय नमः
सत्यमृगाय नमः
सत्यलोकपालकाय नमः
सत्यस्थिताय नमः
सत्यौषधाय नमः
सत्यदिक्पालकाय नमः
सत्यसंस्थाय नमः
सत्याम्बुजाय नमः
सत्यवाक्याय नमः
सत्यगुरवे नमः
सत्यन्यायाय नमः
सत्यसाक्षिणे नमः
सत्यसंप्रदाय नमः
सत्यसम्प्रदाय नमः
सत्यवन्दने नमः
सत्यवायवे नमः
सत्यशिखराय नमः
सत्यानन्दाय नमः
सत्यराजाय नमः
सत्यश्रीपादाय नमः
सत्यगत्याय नमः
सत्योदराय नमः
सत्यवदनाय नमः
सत्यकमलाय नमः
सत्यकमलाय नमः
सत्यहस्ताय नमः
सत्यभावे नमः
सत्यमुखाय नमः
सत्यदंष्ट्राय नमः
सत्यनासिकाय नमः
सत्यस्त्रोत्राय नमः
सत्यचक्षुषे नमः
सत्यजरसे नमः
सत्यमुकुटाय नमः
सत्याभरणाय नमः
सत्यायुधाय नमः
सत्यश्रीवल्लभाय नमः
सत्यगुप्ताय नमः
सत्यपुष्कराय नमः
सत्यदृढाय नमः
सत्यभावरताय नमः
सत्यग्रहरूपिणे नमः
सत्यप्रहरणादिथये नमः
सत्यनारायणस्वामिने नमः
अष्टोत्तरशतनामपूजान् समर्पयामि
अथ साई अष्टोत्तरशतनामावळि पूजां करिष्ये।
ओम श्री भगवान सत्य साई बाबाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सत्य स्वरूपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सत्य धर्मपरायणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई वरदाय नमः। Can somebody chant because my voice is gone? Can somebody Raitan, somebody come forward? Please chant the Sai Ashtotram. My voice is gone. Where is Suhasini? Suhasini, where are you, ma? Shirdi Sai. ओम श्री भगवान सत्य साई बाबाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सत्य स्वरूपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सत्य धर्मपरायणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई वरदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सत्पुरुषाय नमः। ओम श्री साई साधुवर्धनाय नमः। ओम श्री साई साधुजन पोषणाय नमः। ओम श्री साई
सर्वज्ञाय नमः।
ओम श्री साई सर्वजनप्रियाय नमः।
ओम श्री साई सर्वशक्तिमूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वेशाय नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वसंगपरित्यागिने नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वान्तर्यामिने नमः। ओम श्री साई महिमात्मने नमः। ओम श्री साई महेश्वर स्वरूपाय नमः। ओम श्री साई पत्तिग्रामोद्भवाय नमः। ओम श्री साई पत्तिक्षेत्र निवासिने नमः। ओम श्री साई यशक्काय शिरडिवासिने नमः। ओम श्री साई जोड़ी आदिपल्ली सोमप्पाय नमः। ओम श्री साई भारद्वाज ऋषिगोत्राय नमः। ओम श्री साई भक्तवत्सलाय नमः। ओम श्री साई अपंतरात्मने नमः। ओम श्री साई अवतारमूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री साई सर्वभय निवारिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई अपस्तंभसूत्राय नमः। ओम श्री साई अभयप्रदाय नमः। ओम श्री साई रत्नाकर वंशोद्भवाय नमः। ओम श्री साई शिरडी साई अभेद शक्यावताराय नमः। ओम श्री साई शंकराय नमः। ओम श्री साई शिरडी साई मूर्तये नमः। ओम श्री साई द्वारकावासिने नमः। ओम श्री साई चित्रावती तटपुतपति विहारिणे नमः। ओम श्री साई शक्तिप्रदाय नमः।
ओम श्री साई
शरणागत त्राणाय नमः
ओम श्री साई आनंदाय नमः ओम श्री साई आनंददाय नमः ओम श्री साई आतत्राणपरनायनाय नमः ओम श्री साई अनाथनाथाय नमः ओम श्री साई असहाय सहायाय नमः ओम श्री साई लोकबंधवाय नमः ओम श्री साई लोकरक्षपरनायनाय नमः ओम श्री साई लोकनाथाय नमः ओम श्री साई दीनजन पोषणाय नमः ओम श्री साई मूर्तित्रय स्वरूपाय नमः ओम श्री साई मुक्तिप्रदाय नमः ओम श्री साई कलुष विदूराय नमः ओम श्री साई करुणकराय नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वाधराय नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वहृद्वासिने नमः ओम श्री साई पुण्यफलप्रदाय नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वपक्षयकराय नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वरोगनिवारिणे नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वभदहराय नमः ओम श्री साई अनंतरुत्तकतृणे नमः ओम श्री साई आदिपुरुषाय नमः ओम श्री साई आदिशक्तये नमः ओम श्री साई अपरूपशक्तिने नमः ओम श्री साई अव्यक्तरूपिणे नमः ओम श्री साई
कामक्रोधध्वंसिने
नमः ओम श्री साई कनकंबधारिणे
नमः
ओम श्री साई अद्भुतचर्याय नमः ओम श्री साई आपद्बंधवाय नमः ओम श्री साई प्रेमात्मने नमः ओम श्री साई प्रेममूर्तये नमः ओम श्री साई प्रेमप्रदाय नमः ओम श्री साई प्रियाय नमः ओम श्री साई भक्तप्रियाय नमः ओम श्री साई भक्तमंदराय नमः ओम श्री साई भक्तजन हृदय विहाराय नमः ओम श्री साई भक्तजन हृदयालय नमः ओम श्री साई भक्त परिधीनाय नमः ओम श्री साई भक्ति ज्ञान प्रदीपाय नमः ओम श्री साई भक्ति प्रदाय नमः
ओम श्री साई सुज्ञान मार्गदर्शकाय
नमः ओम श्री साई ज्ञान स्वरूपाय नमः ओम श्री साई गीता बोधकाय नमः ओम श्री साई ज्ञान सिद्धिदाय नमः ओम श्री साई सुंदर रूपाय नमः ओम श्री साई पुण्य पुरुषाय नमः ओम श्री साई फलप्रदाय नमः ओम श्री साई पुरुषोत्तमाय नमः ओम श्री साई पुराण पुरुषाय नमः ओम श्री साई अतीताय नमः ओम श्री साई कालातीताय नमः ओम श्री साई सिद्धि रूपाय नमः ओम श्री साई सिद्ध संकल्पाय नमः ओम श्री साई आरोग्यप्रदाय नमः ओम श्री साई अनवस्त्रदाय नमः ओम श्री साई संसार दुःखक्षयकराय नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वभीष्टप्रदाय नमः ओम श्री साई कल्याण गुणाय नमः
ओम श्री साई कर्म ध्वंसिने नमः
ओम श्री साई साधु मन शोभिताय नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वमत सम्मताय नमः ओम श्री साई साधु मानस
परिशोधकाय नमः ओम श्री साई साधकानुग्रह वटवृक्ष प्रतिष्ठापकाय नमः
ओम श्री साई सकल संसार हराय नमः ओम श्री साई सकल तत्वबोधकाय नमः ओम श्री साई योगीश्वराय नमः ओम श्री साई योगेंद्र वंदिताय नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वमंगलकराय नमः ओम श्री साई सर्वसिद्धिप्रदाय नमः ओम श्री साई आपन्निवारिणे नमः ओम श्री साई आर्तिहराय नमः ओम श्री साई शांतमूर्तये नमः ओम श्री साई सुलभ प्रसन्नाय नमः ओम श्री
भगवान श्री
सत्य साई बाबाय नमः
Om Sri Sai Ram. We're just concluding the 16 different worships for Bhagwan as Sri Sai, Sri Satya Sai, Satyanarayana. Dhupam. Om
काठ्यो गन्धवत्तमः अग्रे सर्वदेवानां धूपोऽयं प्रतिगुह्यताम् वर्तितं व्यक्तं वह्निना योजितं मया
गृहाणमङ्गलं दीपं त्रैलोक्यं दिविरावः
भक्त्या दीपं प्रयच्छामि देवाय परमात्मने त्राहि मां नरकाद्घोरा दिव्यज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तु ते
साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः दीपं दर्शयामि धूपदीपानन्तरम् आचमनीयं समर्पयामि
नैवेद्यम्
व्रतं त्वा सत्येन वृञ्चामि कामयेन स्वामिनमस्तोमतोमस्तनमसे स्वाहा ॐ प्राणाय स्वाहा वाणाय स्वाहा व्यानाय स्वाहा उदानाय स्वाहा समानाय स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः सपादभक्षं निवेदयामि नारिकेळ कदलीफल काश्मीरफल आम्रफल दाक्षिणीफल द्राक्षाफल नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि मध्ये मध्ये अमृतपानीयं समर्पयामि अमृतापिधानमसि आचमनीयं समर्पयामि हस्तौ प्रक्षालयामि पादौ प्रक्षालयामि पुनराचमनीयं समर्पयामि भूर्भुवत्स्वः पूगीफलसमायुक्तं
नागवल्लेदलेरदं कर्पूरजलदं व्यक्तं ताम्बूलं प्रतिकृतं पूगीफलताम्बूलं समर्पयामि सुवर्णपुष्पदक्षिणां समर्पयामि
ओम मंगलं गुरुदेवाय मंगलं ज्ञानदायिने मंगलं सत्यवासाय मंगलं सत्यसायिने
साई सत्यनारायण स्वामिने नमः मंगलनीराजनं दर्शयामि आचमनीयं समर्पयामि परिमलपत्रपुष्पाणि समर्पयामि रक्षान्धारयामि
जय बोल भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय.
Now we are going to do 5 chapters of Sri Satya Sai Satyanarayana Katha. Kindly listen with devotion and attentiveness. Chapter 1, Advent and Divine Childhood. Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba was born in a small village called Puttaparthi in the Andhra region of South India. His father's name was Sri Pedda Venkapparaju and his divine mother's name was Ishwaramma. Mother Ishwaramma was a very pious lady, always performing one or the other penance to please the Lord. Lord Narayana, being very pleased with her true divine love, decided to be born once again and to enact once more his divine drama. He thereby chose dear Ishwarama as his mother and Pedda Venkapparaju as his father. It is believed, according to Mother Ishwarama's own testimony, that when she was drawing water from a well, a sparkling blue light from the heavens descended down and entered her womb. She fainted and fell. Ishwarama's mother-in-law had warned her earlier that if something should happen to her through the will of God, she should not be frightened. This secret was not revealed to anyone. Bhagavan's birth was not through conception but by advent. Bhagavan himself asked Mother Ishwarama to share her experiences near the well a few days before her Mahasamadhi. As Ishwarama was advancing in her pregnancy, and as the 9th month drew closer, musical instruments in the house would play divine notes all by themselves. The drums would beat, the veena would twang, the cymbals would clang, and all the inmates of the house would be awakened by their divine melody and fragrance. At last, the 23rd of November 1926 dawned. It was Monday, the day of Lord Shiva. It was the year of bountiful and the month of lights. Ishwaramma's mother-in-law had just finished the Satyanarayana Puja and offered the divine prasad to her daughter-in-law. Soon after Ishwaramma ate the prasad, Sai Narayana was born. The baby was extremely handsome. He was named Satyanarayana. One day, while baby Sathya was sleeping in his cradle, the women nearby were surprised to see the clothes under the baby moving. When they lifted baby Sathya, they found a snake slithering away from the Lord, disappearing within a few yards. Well, the Lord Adisesha, having missed his Lord in Vaikuntha, must have come down to give him company. Satyanarayana, as a child, would never touch non-vegetarian food, nor would he visit houses where it was prepared. There lived a Karanam Subbamma, who was a very sattvic lady, and she was very fond of dear Sathya. He would spend most of his time in her house. Even in this avatar, there had to be an Yashoda. Any beggar who came to Satya's parents' house would not be sent away empty-handed. Satya saw it to it that the beggar would be fed sumptuously, and sometimes he would himself forego food, and his sister and mother would get irritated with his constant charity. Later, when they would call him for lunch, Satya would hold his tiny lotus palms under their noses and ask them to smell. They would discover the most delicious and mouth-watering smell from those divine red palms. When they questioned him as to where he has eaten, Satya's prompt reply was, "An old man fed me." Even as a child, Satya started revealing his true nature, love. He could never see his friends sad. He would often create fruits, candies, and pencils to make them happy. He would collect all the tiny tots and make a dollhouse, installing small pictures of gods inside and teaching his friends bhajans. After completing his primary schooling, Satya was admitted in nearby Bukkapatnam village for elementary studies. Even there, Satya became very popular amongst his schoolmates. One of his teachers, Mehboob Khan, was very fond of Satya. One day during class, another teacher found Satya not taking down the notes he was dictating. The teacher's ego was hurt. He made Satya stand on the bench as punishment. The teacher's period was over. The bell rang. However, the teacher could not leave his chair. Satya was still standing on the bench when the next teacher, Mehboob Khan, entered the class. Khan went near his colleague, who was now thoroughly embarrassed, and requested him to vacate the chair. The poor teacher was almost in tears. He said, "Sahib, the chair has stuck to me." Khan looked around the class. As all the children had overheard their teacher's conversation, they were giggling. Khan saw it to it utter dismay. Dear Satya, standing on the bench and enjoying the whole drama. Khan was shocked and asked the teacher to bring Satya down, and then only would the chair leave him. The teacher, who was already humiliated and very ashamed, requested Satya to get down from the bench. As soon as he did so, the teacher's chair also released him. In this way, Satya began revealing himself. One day, a Tanga driver lost his horse. He searched everywhere, but to no avail. Someone told him that there was a divine boy studying in the school nearby, and he would reveal to him the whereabouts of his horse. Just as in Shirdi Sai Avatar, Satya beckoned to the man gently and told him that his horse was grazing outside the village in a mango grove. The driver found to his great joy his horse just as Satya has described him. From then on, all the Tanga drivers would pray to Satya to sit in their Tangas, so they too would be blessed and have more business. The first chapter of Sri Satya Sai Satyanarayana Katha ends with all auspiciousness. Bow to Sai, peace to be all. Jai Bol Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ji Ki.
निवेदयामि अम्बूलं समर्पयामि समर्पयामि सर्वस्य सर्वमेव तेन आप्नोति सर्वं जयति दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि नमस्करोमि.
Chapter 2. Sai Baba's mission begins. On 8th of March 1940, Satya gave a piercing scream and fell down unconscious. He was holding his right toe tightly. Everyone at home thought that a scorpion had bitten him, but actually Satya has left his physical form to save some devotees, which all the people around him did not know, as he had not done anything like that in the presence of others before. Everyone searched for the scorpion, but how could there be one when it was not the cause of Satya's state? After some time, Satya opened his eyes but was as calm as before. The next day, once again, Satya fell down unconscious. Later, when he opened his eyes, he told the people around him that the village goddess Mutyalama was angry, so one of them must go and break a coconut and light camphor before her. When the coconut was broken at the temple, Satya announced from home that it had broken into 3 pieces. It was true. Some people thought that Satya was possessed by spirits. They started treating him with all kinds of medicines and herbs. Others thought that Satya had gone mad, and they sent for his parents. Satya's parents came and were shocked to see their loving son in such a state. Even Again, they did not know what to do, so they took him to an exorcist. The exorcist had a very cruel way of driving away spirits. He cut loving Satya's tender scalp with a sharp knife, squeezing in lime juice and applying a very pungent powder which bulged sweet Satya's face to abnormal proportions. His eyes swelled to an enormous size. Seeing his terrible condition, Satya's mother and sister were very sad but helpless as they had handed Satya over to the exorcist. Observing their plight, Satya beckoned to his sister and told her that nearby there grew a herb. He told her to make juice from that herb and apply it to his eyes. The mother and sister pleaded with the exorcist to leave Satya alone, saying they would bring him once again when he was fit. The exorcist left Satya with great reluctance. According to Satya's suggestion, they put a few drops of the herbal juice into his eyes, and before long they were normal and sparkled with mischief. Days passed with Satya expounding high Vedic philosophy to the villagers. He also began talking about a saint called Sai Baba. The father, Pedda Venkapparaju, could stand this no longer. One day he approached Satya with a stick in his hands to beat the devil out of him. He asked Satya, "Who are you? Tell me the truth." Satya calmly replied with love and authority, "I am Sai Baba. Keep your houses clean and your minds pure. I shall dwell in them forever." The stick in Pedda Venkaparaju's hand fell down. He was dumbfounded. He said, "If you are really Sai Baba, show us proof." Satya took a handful of jasmine flowers in his hands and threw them on the ground. They fell, forming the letters Sai Baba in Telugu. From that day onwards, everyone in the village and nearby villages started calling Satya Sai Baba. They began worshipping him with great devotion and offered special pujas to him every Thursday. The second chapter of Sri Satyanarayana Katha ends with all auspiciousness. Bow to Sai. Peace be to all. Jai Bol Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki.
Samarpayami Vedayami Samarpayami Purnam dadadi Adhavyadhaniti Ekada Brahmana Vaharati Ekade Vajamana Ajasteja dadadi Raksam Dharayami
Chapter 3. Bala Sai's divine Leelas. As Satya grew older, the people of the village began to notice his hidden powers. They started reverentially calling him Swami. One day, Swami and his family members visited the Sri Virupaksha temple in Hampi. When they arrived at the temple, Swami did not accompany the others inside. Instead, he stood near the temple's gate. When the puja began in the sanctorium, everyone was surprised to see Swami standing in place of the lingam. They had just left him at the temple entrance. How could he suddenly get inside the sanctorium? They rushed out and saw Swami standing as before, all alone and gazing at the sky with an innocent smile on his rosy lips. Everyone was awestruck and fell at Swami's feet. One day, Swami returned home from school, threw away his school bag and announced loudly, "Maya, delusion has left me. I am no more yours. My devotees are waiting for me." Swami's sister-in-law, who was inside, rushed out but was almost blinded by a bright aura surrounding Swami's head. She closed her eyes as she was unable to withstand its brilliance. Mother Ishwarama lovingly requested Swami, "Oh son, if you must leave us and go to your devotees, please stay here in Puttaparthi itself and protect and bestow your grace upon all your children." Swami gracefully agreed to his mother's humble request. For a very long time, Swami stayed with Karanam Subbamma, whose house was large and could accommodate the increasing number of devotees who came to see him. Moreover, Subbamma herself was an ardent devotee and loved Swami with all her heart. The devotees soon began coming from all over. Sometimes the food would be insufficient to feed everyone present. At such times, Subbamma would ask Swami for help. Swami would go go into the kitchen with 2 coconuts, strike them against each other, and sprinkle coconut water over the food. Automatically, there would be enough food to feed all the people present, and there would be some more left over. As the number of devotees increased, they offered to build a bhajan hall alongside Subbamma's house. Once, while Swami was staying at Subbamma's house, a priest named Lakshmaya arrived with his friend and his friend's wife, who was mentally ill. The priest made his friend and his wife wait on the banks of river Chitravati. The priest arrived at Subbamma's house and came across Swami. Not knowing who he was, the priest addressed him saying, "I believe there is a boy here who cures ailments. Could you please take me to him, as I have brought my friend and his mad wife?" Swami asked the priest to bring the couple to him. He told them to have a bath and sit down with the other devotees. Swami then distributed prasad to everyone. He created the divine vibhuti and put some on the mad woman's mouth. Later, he cut some fruits which the couple had brought as offerings to him and gave them the same to eat. Within no time, as the people were watching, the mad lady became normal. Bowing with great reverence to Swami, she and her husband left happily. As the life of Karanam Subbamma was coming to an end, Swami made her perform lots of charity. One day, when Swami left for Bangalore, Subbamma's health deteriorated, but her mind was constantly on her beloved Swami. Even her mouth, which uttered his holy name, stopped moving. Her breath stopped. She breathed her last, calling out Swami's name. At once, Swami appeared from nowhere. He called her with his loving voice, "Subbamma, Subbamma, open your mouth." Subbamma, who was physically dead, opened her mouth, and her hand started fumbling and trembling to hold Swami's feet. Swami graciously took her hands into his, and with his right hand poured the holy Ganges water into her parched soul through her mouth. Subbamma, the true devotee of Swami, left the mortal coil with her eyes fixed on Swami's divine lotus face and merged in him. According to the wish of the devotee, Swami reveals himself as their own chosen God. To some, he shows himself as Lord Ganesha, to some as Lord Muruga, to some as Sri Rama or Sri Krishna, and yet to others as Christ. And he pleases all. Once a lawyer named Krishnamachari came to Puttaparthi from Penukonda with his sole intention of exposing Swami as a charlatan. He was taken to Swami by his father. Swami took the lawyer into the room and asked him to keep his eyes closed. When they entered the room, Swami asked him to open his eyes. The lawyer was surprised to see the Samadhi of Shirdi Sai Baba with a garland draped over it and a priest standing nearby with puja items in his hand. Swami told the lawyer to look at the other side. There he saw the Hanuman temple, the neem tree, the Gurusthan, the other sites in the holy town of Shirdi. The lawyer was an ardent follower of Shirdi Baba. When he received the darshan of Shirdi Baba's Samadhi, he fell at Swami's lotus feet and asked him for pardon. The Daya Murti, embodiment of compassion, Swami patted his back and immediately pardoned him. Swami is all powerful. Whoever calls him in any name with love, he responds and blesses them. The third chapter of Sri Satya Sai, Satyanarayana Katha ends with all auspiciousness. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Jai Bol Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki.
Samarpayami Naivedyam Priyami. Pashyate Patram Prapataya Pajapati Sevam Vigadotmam Vikpade Devam Vedha
आचमनीयं समर्पयामि रक्षां धारयामि।
Chapter 4, Refuge of the Devotees. Srimati Sakamma owned a very large coffee plantation. She was also a very sattvic and divine lady, performing lots of charity like feeding the poor, offering them clothes and so on. Recognizing her worth, the Maharaja of Mysore had bestowed upon her the title Dharma Parayani. One morning around 9 o'clock, when she was performing her morning puja, Sakamma's servant came and informed her that some people had come in a vehicle and wanted to see her immediately. Sakamma came out and saw an old car on on which a board was put up with the words Kailas Committee. In front was a young boy of 16 with his hair all scattered. At the back, an old man was seated majestically upon a deer skin, and with a flowing beard and holy ashes smeared on his body and forehead. Sakamma welcomed the old man and worshipped him religiously, washing his feet and offering him flowers and fruits. The old man asked her to become a member of the Kailas committee by paying 1,000 rupees. She gladly paid, but the money and the receipt were returned to her. The old man told her that he would visit again. A few years passed, but there was no sign of the Kailas committee. One day, Sakamma had to go to Bangalore. While visiting one of her friends' houses, to her utter surprise, she saw the same young boy with the scattered hair. As she looked at him, the boy transformed himself into the old man and back again to the young boy. Sakamma was stunned. She went close to the boy and asked him, "Were you not the one who came to my place as the Kailas committee?" The boy replied, "Many years ago you had to pay 1,000 rupees which you did not pay, therefore I had come to take it from you." Sakamma's eyes welled up with tears. She prostrated before Swami and earned his grace. One afternoon, while Swami was talking to some devotees, he suddenly shouted, "Do not shoot, do not shoot." He fell down unconscious. After about an hour, Swami arose and told the devotees to send a telegram stating, "Your revolver is with me, do not worry." Someone told Swami the word revolver should not be used as it would raise objections from the postal authorities. Hence, the word instrument was written instead and the telegram was sent. All were wondering and asked Swami about this sudden happening. Swami told them that they would know soon. 4 days later, a letter arrived from Bhopal written by an army officer. Due to circumstances, the officer was upset and had decided to shoot himself. He fired one shot in the air to test the revolver. At that moment, from the other corner of India, Swami had shouted, "Do not shoot, do not shoot." At the same time, a knock occurred at the officer's door. The officer quickly hid his revolver and opened the door. An old classmate had come to visit with his wife and servant. The officer invited them inside. After a few minutes, they decided to visit the officer's neighbor, who was also their friend. Bolting the door after they left, the officer returned for his revolver, but he could not find it. Once again, he heard a knock at the door. He opened it, and the postman gave him a telegram, which read, "Your instrument is with me, do not worry, sender Baba." Our Swami will not forsake nor let down whosoever worships him. One has to just call and he will immediately run to their aid with his 4 arms of truth, right action, peace and love. His Mahima is beyond words. In the above incident, the officer's wife was an ardent devotee of Swami. The 4th chapter of Sri Satyanarayana Katha ends with all auspiciousness. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Jai Bol Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki
Jai. विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्। पुष्पाञ्जलिं समर्पयामि।
हर नमः पार्वती पतये।
हर हर महादेव।
हरि बोल। Chapter 5. The ever merciful Swami. One day, Swami visited a home in Bangalore. Many people had assembled there to have his darshan. Some of them had brought flowers and fruits to offer to Swami. Others were talking to Swamis about Swami's miracles and compassion. A poor cobbler overheard their talk. A beautiful thought suddenly came into his mind. He wished to have a glimpse of the avatar. He lovingly plucked a rose from the garden and squeezed his way through the crowd, slowly walking towards where Swami was seated. He peeped inside, and at the same time, Swami also peeped out. Their eyes met, and at that very instant, for the cobbler, an irresistible love overflowed through him for Swami. Lovingly, Swami called out to him to come closer. The cobbler went near and offered him the rose. Swami graciously accepted the rose and asked him in Tamil, the cobbler's mother tongue, "My dear, what do you want?" The cobbler was not prepared for the question. He replied, "Swami, please visit my hut." Swami responded, "Definitely, I will visit." Tears of joy overflowed from the cobbler's eyes. With reverence, he fell at the lotus feet of Swami. In his excitement, he had forgotten to ask when he would grace his hut. After Swami left the residence, all these questions came into the cobbler's mind. Days passed, but there was no sign of the Lord's visit to the cobbler's hut. One day, as the cobbler was stitching some torn and broken sandals, a car stopped at the roadside in front of him. Thinking it to be a police car, the cobbler hurriedly collected his things and prepared to run. He thought that policemen had come to chase him away. Swami stepped out of the car and told the cobbler not to be afraid. Instead, he made him sit in the car. The cobbler was too stunned to speak. The car sped on with Swami and the cobbler inside. Swami guided his driver straight to the cobbler's hut. The cobbler got out of the car and went inside. He asked his wife to spread a mattress and rushed out to welcome Swami. Swami sat on the mattress. The cobbler realized that there was nothing in his house which he could offer to the Lord. He was in a great fix and began squeezing his hands in agony. Looking at his plight, Swami said, "Not to worry." He told the cobbler that it had come to give and not to take away anything from him except love. With a wave of his hand, Swami created sweets and fruits and distributed them to all people who were present. He then created the holy vibhuti and applied it on the cobbler's forehead. Before leaving, Swami said, I shall take leave from you now. Do not worry. I am always with you." Before the cobbler could say anything, Swami got into the car and left. Swami transformed the hut of the simple cobbler into a temple. One day, when Swami had gone to Tiruchinappalli, some people began spreading false allegations against him. That evening, when Swami was addressing the gathering, he called a beggar boy who was mute and known to all. Swami asked the boy to come on stage and in front of the entire crowd asked him his name. The boy, who was born mute, said loudly, "Venkatanarayana." The people who had spread the false rumors about Swami bowed their heads in shame. Swami's mahimas are innumerable. Once in Tiruvannamalai, Swami created some medicine for Swami Amrutananda and cured him of his chronic ailment. At another time, the son of Dr. Bhagavantam was operated upon by Swami himself. He created the instrument as well, which is still with Dr. Bhagavantam. Dr. Shankar is another ardent devotee of Swami. Many times Swami has entered Dr. Shankar's physical frame and performed very complicated operations successfully. Swami Karunyananda had an ashram in Andhra Pradesh. He had put up some photos of Swami in the ashram's hospital. Once a pregnant lady came to the ashram seeking help. The Swamiji put her up in the ashram's hospital. One night, leaving the pregnant lady alone, the midwives went out to watch a late night movie. The same night, the poor lady began experiencing severe labor pains. Seeing her suffering and helplessness, Swami came down from the photo hung on the wall. He treated the lady and helped her deliver the baby safely. Mother Sai even cleaned the newborn baby and gently placed it beside its mother to feed it. When the midwives returned, they were surprised to see that someone else had done all their work. When they questioned the lady, she pointed at Swami's photo and told them that the Sadhu Mata had come and helped her. She did not know that Sadhu Mata was Lord Narayana himself. Sri Satyanarayana has taken the birth once again and is protecting all of us. He will always protect whosoever trusts him. It is our very good fortune earned through many, many, many births that we are having the Lord's darshan, sparshan and sambhashan. Swami's very nature is love. He protects those who follow the path of bhakti, devotion and dharma, right action. He is called by some as Ishvara, some as Mahavishnu, some as Father and some as Allah. Likewise, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba takes on various forms of God, as all forms are His and all names are His. He bestows upon His devotees His grace and grants their wishes. He says that the human values are our very life. Without Satya, truth, dharma, right action, shanti, peace and prema, love, education is empty. Without Satya, dharma, shanti, prema, charity and donations have no value. Without Satya, dharma, shanti, prema, sacred activities, so-called, are pointless. The eternal human values, Satya, Dharma, Shanti, Prema, are the four pillars of Sanatana Dharma. The Sanatana Bhagavan reminds us always to think of God and not to put it off. God's name alone can secure redemption. Whosoever performs this puja with true love and devotion, the Lord Sri Satya Sai, Satyanarayana, will bestow upon them a happy and a peaceful life and will take away their worries and sorrows. Thus ends the Sri Satya Sai, Satyanarayana Katha with all auspiciousness. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Jai Bol Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba Ji ki
Jai. Samarpayami.
Satya
Devaja Dhimahe Tanna Sarva Prachodayatu
Om Sai
Ishvaraja Vidmahe Satya Devaja Dhimahe Tanna Sarva Prachodayatu
Sai Ishvaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahe
Tanna Sarva Prachodayatu
Sai Satyanarayana Swamine Namaha Panchamadhyayanantaram Nirajanam Darshyami
Anjanam Samarpayami Darayami Jai Bolo Satya
ಅಡಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಸಾಯಿರಾಮ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ವಿ ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿ ರಾಮಚಂದ್ರ ಶ್ರೀಧರ ನಾಗರಾಜ್ ನೀವಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂಚೆ ಬನ್ನಿ Can somebody sing a bhajan? Yeah, bhajan. Satyanarayana Govinda Madhava Sai Narayana Govinda Keshava Satyanarayana Govinda Madhava Sai Narayana Govinda Keshava Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare, louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Satyanarayana Govinda Madhava, Sai Narayana Govinda Keshava. Satyanarayana Govinda Madhava, Sai Narayana Govinda Keshava. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Satyanarayana Govinda Madhava, Sai Narayana Govinda Keshava. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Very good. Hare Rama. Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Let's now do all the multi-faith prayers. Our Lord, thou art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. On earth as it is in heaven, give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us for our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Shema Israel, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad, Adonai Echad, अशेम बहु बहिष्टेमस्ति वुष्टा अस्ति वुष्टा अहमाय यत् अशाय वहिष्टाय अशेम नमो तसा भगवतो अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तसा सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स नमो तसा अरहतो सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स बुद्धं धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि संघं शरणं गच्छामि बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम 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 ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह ला इलाहा इल्लल्लाह अल्लाह अल्लाह ओम शांति 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 Yes, we are also incredibly grateful and indebted to 3 cooks that came all the way from Bangalore only to feed Suresh ji today. Suresh ji is happy, we are all happy, isn't it? Are you all happy? Beautiful, yes? Yes. So, Ramachandra Bhatt, Nagaraj, and Sridhar, they are the 3 cooks that came, and also innumerable number of hands that came very early in the morning, cooking vegetables, preparing all the food for all the devotees. We are all incredibly grateful to all those hands that cooked and served all the devotees through this entire 10 days. Entire 9 days and more. Thank you so much to all those that have done this yajna. You also did yajna because the people sitting around the Homakunda are putting fire in the into the fire. But there is also fire here. Fire in the belly. The fire in the belly. And this fire, God calls it as Vaishwanara. Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninan Dehamasritah Prana Apana Samayuktah Pacham Yannan Chaturvidham. Lord Himself has declared He is the fire in the belly, and He is referred to as Vaishwanara. And all those that are serving food for love, thank you very much. Food for love. Jai Sai Ram. And all those, my dear brother Vasudev, who cooks for so many people, and all of these beautiful souls just doing Narayana Seva. Where is Devan? Devan and his team, Amrut, and I can go on and on. Every inch here is filled with love by devotees of Bhagwan that have worked so hard. And if I start mentioning their names, you will be sitting here through tomorrow morning. And literally, that many number of people. The planning has started in August of 2024. August of 23. That's when we started the planning of this meeting. How many hands and how many heads, how many, only one heart. Only one heart operating through so many hands and with all heads on His lotus feet. And to all of them, the only way to thank them is to thank the Lord. The Lord who is present in everyone. The Lord who is present in everyone. If you thank Him, you have thanked everyone. That's why it's called Vasudeva. Vasanad, Vasudevasya, Vasitante, Jagatrayam, Sarva Bhuta Nivasosi. Vasudeva, Namostute. Vasudeva. 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 Namostute.
Namostute.
And now people are asking, what do I do with these bottles? Huh? These bottles, these are not ordinary bottles. These are tirtham that were offered to Bhagwan. Many of you got it. And you can, absolutely you can drink it. It is 100% safe. It is medicinal. And the other thing that people are asking question a bit is, we got the coconut. What do we want to do with it? Don't break on your husband's head. Yes, that if you are traveling, please put that water bottle in your checked baggage, not in your hand baggage, and the coconut also in your checked baggage. And when you go home, yes, you can break it, and don't put salt and chili on it. You can make sweet out of it, and you eat it, okay? Jai Sai Ram, it is prasadam, okay? No, I'm saying they can use the coconut as prasadam. Jai Sai Ram, okay. All we good? Yes, Sai Rama? Okay, now we'll conclude. Oh, one more last thing. After this event, please, I think there is a boxed, where is my brother Pranil? Yes, there is boxed prasadam for people to take that are leaving. If you are leaving, please take a boxed prasadam and leave quickly. And I also, all the people in scarves, you know what to do. I know they are wondering, why am I wearing the scarf? Yes. Those, even if you are not wearing the scarf, please stay back. We're going to clear this entire marquis so that this place will be made available. By tomorrow, all the marquis has to be out, and there will be people that will be leading each area. Please take an area and stay focused on that. Where is my brother Haridas? Haridas is here. Okay. Haridas will lead the team to take out the posters. Similarly, there will be a team that will lead you to take the stools, the white stools, up to the storage area and keep it there. And then the Basel hopefully will show up and take out all the decor, and all these posters will come down. And one more time, brothers and sisters, tomorrow is the conclusion. Today is not the conclusion. Tomorrow is Aradhana Mahotsavam of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, and that will be celebrated at the Amshlanga Sai Center. And the buses will take you there by those that are staying in the hotels. 8:15, I believe the buses are going to leave, and you all can join the Aradhana Mahotsavam, offering our love to Bhagavan's lotus feet for bringing us all together and doing this incredible yajna filled with love and nothing but love. Jai Sai Ram. Yeah, there is also Raksha, which was the black thing that you put up after. And don't touch the Homakundas again. They may still hot. It is outside of the Homakunda area where you can take the thing. Don't touch the Homakundas again, please, because there is a lot of fire in there and we don't want anybody to be unsafe. Jai Sai Ram. Om Jai Jagadish Hare Swami Satya Sai Hare. Om Jai Jagadish Hare Shivadhanati Kara Pranapate Swami Sarva Pranapate Ashita Kalpalatika Apasmanava Matapita Gurudaivamu Mariyantayunive Swami Mariyantayunive Nada Brahma Jagannatha Nagendra Jayana Omkara Rupa Moja Shiva Mahadeva Mangala सत्यनारायण नारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण 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 ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम ओम जय सद्गुरुदेवा नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम नारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम सत्यनारायण नारायण ओम 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 शांति 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 समस्तलोकाः ओम शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की ओम ब्रह्मार्पणं ब्रह्महवेर ब्रह्माग्नौ ब्रह्मणाहुतं ब्रह्मैव तेन गन्तव्यं ब्रह्मकर्म समाधिना अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः